What's up, guys? So today's video is actually a really cool and amazing, different type of tour. I'm standing in a van right now. It's not so much of the van, it's actually how this van is put together. By the way, I do all my tours on Thursday and I do my vlogs on Sunday. I'm going to be touring the company of Vancraft. And I have the owner right here with me. So let's go check out Vancraft and how they put these amazing pieces of machines together. Here we go. First of all, can you introduce yourself? I am recording, by the way.
Yeah, I'm Nate. This is Vancraft Camper Vans.
Nate, you and I met, I think, when I started VanLife, which was like 2017, 2018, somewhere in there.
Yeah, years ago.
Acquaintances, friends for quite a while.
Yeah, I see you at every van event that I go to. The few that I get to, you're always there. So.
Unfortunately, I am. I do love them. Not only bring great, pieces of equipment that you have, you bring some of your best. So like the rooftop tents on there, and they're pretty rad.
It's funny with the shows, you gotta like bring your A game. We generally bring like a couple of rental vans, and they'll maybe have a tent on them or something. The tent's always a big hit.
So I kind of wanted to give my viewers behind the scenes, but also a customer experience of what's going on. So right when you walk into your front door,
this is it.
You have your whole setup, the Vancraft setup.
Yeah, this is the Vancraft setup. Sales and marketing work here. So if you call to ask questions about what we have in inventory, or you want something special, you're going to talk to Logan, who sits at this desk and answers the phone all day long. Logan's also the first point of contact for post-customer interaction. So if you buy a van from us and in 6 months you've got a fuse is blown or something, you'll call up and Logan will answer the phone and walk you through it. And if he can't, then you'll get. I know.
And Logan just stepped away. Like he was just sitting there.
He's delivering a van right now. Which
is he really?
The other part of his job. So that's half the day he's delivering van, the other half he's answering the phones.
Obviously, it doesn't matter where you're located. Anybody can buy a van from you throughout the country.
Yeah. We ship the vans all over the place. We've shipped vans to Hawaii and Alaska and everywhere else. We're in Salt Lake City. We're founded in San Diego. Yeah. So that's where we met years ago.
Rental business has now turned into what it is today.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what? 3
locations, San Diego, Denver, Salt Lake City. The rental business is just a supplement to our sales business. It's a great way for people to either try before they buy, or maybe they don't want to have a van parked in their driveway for the half the year and they think maybe renting's a better fit.
If the video hasn't come out already, we are going to get a full tour of one of your vans.
Yeah, totally.
It's actually 2 vans. So when a customer comes in, we see sales marketing is all right here.
Yep.
And then you have a conference room, I guess, over here.
Yeah, so we take, if a customer comes in, this is this guy's luggage, he just flew in. He's gonna pick up his van and drive out of town. He picked up some new ski boots while he's here, so pretty good city to fly in and pick up a van and go skiing. There's coffee machine in there and snacks and so forth. We run big fancy board meetings in that room as well, referred to as the front office around here. So there's a couple offices and an entryway, and then the rest of us have offices sprinkled throughout the shop floor.
So this is where the money gets printed.
These doors, trust me, no one's printing money here. This is our shop floor basically, right? We have about 15,000 square feet in here.
I will also say, normally you guys have music playing and I asked you to turn it off for me.
We're generally rocking out back here, yeah.
Okay, well I appreciate you doing that.
And the vibe has become very somber back here.
It did, it did. How many employees do you have on the floor usually at once?
So we have a unique build structure. We're fortunate because we build the same layout, save for some customer tweaks here and there. But so we have a tight team of 6 guys build 8 vans every 4 weeks here. So we have those 6 guys are on the shop floor building, and we have a couple of supplementary part-time guys that come in and help with some assembly stuff.
I found it fascinating when I got a walkthrough before I put the camera on. I found out that yes, 8 vans are getting done literally simultaneously.
Yeah.
That's a big undertaking.
For us, it's an efficiency thing. So the goal of everything is to get the costs down for the customer. And so for us, of course, a custom van with very specific custom features and use cases for someone's specific needs is great, but the cost of that inflates very quickly, right, with design time and material and so forth. So having a kind of a base that you can grab and add the things that you need off of it keeps the cost down. 8 is the sweet spot for us in this space with the team that we have.
By the way, this is where all the Mercedes are, guys, for people that are looking for all the Mercedes out there. Yeah. I think Vancraft has them all. You might have all the Mercedes, but you also offer something that very, very, very few van builders offer: full financing.
Oh yeah, went through a process with RVIA to get certified through them, and they regulate like RV manufacturing, right? Like
Right.
That's how RV manufacturing is regulated in the U.S. You know, when you go to a lender, they want to see that the van is built properly, and that's how a lending group is able to verify that you've been registered with the RVIA. And you can, I mean, there's ways to like skirt that, but that's the right way to do it. You get RVIA certified, and then when you go to a lender, they're giving you a loan for the conversion and the vehicle as one unit.
Anybody that buys a van off of you, not only can you get a RV loan,
Yeah.
you now have RV insurance without even breaking a sweat.
Yeah, it's no different than like buying a van from Winnebago or something, you know.
We can go into prices as the tour goes on, but if you wanted to kind of touch on them whenever you want, let me know.
Yeah, I mean, we could just do that now. I mean, like for most people, I feel like knowing the range of price point is sometimes the first question, right? The most expensive van we've ever sold is like $165.
Right.
Our bread and butter conversion that most people spring for is in the $119 to $125 range.
Okay.
So that's where we're trying to stay at.
And then you offer the two wheelbases, the 144 and the 170s.
Yep. Yeah, we don't
You only do
extended.
sprinters.
We only do Sprinter vans, no extended, no low roof, no dually.
You obviously offer the 4x4 and two-wheel and upcoming all-wheel.
Yeah, you might get a sneak peek at those all-wheel drives while you're here as well.
I would love a sneak peek of the all-wheels while
Yeah,
we're here.
we can do that.
And the new motor.
Yeah, that's the most important piece to the puzzle is the motor, right? You want to see that new four-cylinder.
For people that don't know, is kind of a beast of a motor.
Yeah. I'm hearing rave reviews about it. It rips.
The price point, is that van included or is that just build?
Yeah, that comes with a van. That's a funny question I get from time to time about.
Well, because there's a lot of builders out there that
You just-
120 is their standard build.
Yeah, I know. I want to allow more people to access this lifestyle or this product, and obviously, still, we're talking a six-figure price tag. I mean, it's huge money. You get into that like $200,000-$300,000 build range. It's like way outside of the ballpark that I want to be in. So.
Well, let's just hypothetically say it's a two-wheel drive Sprinter.
Yeah.
And you're selling it for 120.
Yeah.
Over half of that is van.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
It is nuts these days. Like, go spec on an F-150 at the dealer and see what they tell you for a price tag. You know, it's nuts.
I mean, that's why we're here. You're going to show us how you are, I don't want to say cutting corners, but how you're still able to sustain a business.
I'll show you the industry, the secrets.
Some of it.
How we massage the price down.
All right, so what do we got going on kind of behind you?
All right, so first and foremost is our inventory area, our bulk inventory. We keep most of our bulk inventory here. Custom app that's been developed in-house that keeps track of all of our inventory. So
Well, that's nice.
we don't keep bulk inventory. Like awnings, for instance, we had to order a bunch of to just protect
Those
ourselves.
all awnings?
Yeah, that's like a quarter of what was here a couple weeks ago. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, we keep some bulk inventory for some things that we know are difficult to get when we need it. And then most things we keep, 2 or 3 build cycles in advance.
I see way up there, maybe my camera is not picking it up, but Dometics. Are those the air conditioners?
Yeah, those are air conditioners up there.
Are those the Penguins or are they the RTXs?
RTX.
Wow, you're using a 12 volt and you're still coming in at a decent price point.
Yeah, you can get like a nice lithium battery bank and air conditioning and a 3,000 watt inverter and 4-wheel drive, and you're out the door for about $155.
You're insane.
I'm a madman.
You're a madman. You're a madman.
Yeah. This area here is like aftermarket upfit. Our CNC equipment is off in that corner. And then quality control happens after every build cycle in this area.
Are they doing quality control right now?
No, this van was purchased, and when the guy purchased it, he realized that he maybe wanted a window that opened. So they're just replacing the window with an opening window before he picks up.
Oh, well, that's nice of you.
Yeah, so the van's done, but he's just adding the window, and then looks like they're QCing the awning while they're at it.
We get a little behind the scenes of them kind of playing around with an awning.
So that's the Thule Omnister that we use. So we're
Do you only use one awning?
yeah. Thule's been a great partner with us. We use their accessories for bike racks and awnings and anything else that they offer.
And I like the manual crank. We can see one of your employees actually using the manual crank right now. It's one less thing to break.
Yeah, that's part of the whole thing here. Simplicity is good for long-term travel, but it's also good for that price point that we're talking about, right? A lot of these were designed early on because we were in San Diego and we were traveling to Baja all the time. And boy, if your power awning stops working in Mexico, good luck finding parts for that, But with this thing, it's very easy to figure out how to replace, it's just nuts and bolts.
Quality control on 8 vans all at once.
Yeah.
How long does that take? It's got to take a couple days.
Yeah, it does. It takes a week.
Does it take a full week?
Yeah, it takes a full week. The 4 weeks is happening, that block is happening, and then those vans are done. They move off the build floor onto the QC floor, and 8 other vans move in and start being built well, the last 8 are being QC'd.
Okay.
Right, so ready for delivery in 5 weeks. The QC process is a rigorous test of, you got to pressurize tanks, you got to pressurize propane systems, you've got to go through and test all the latches for adjustment and all that stuff. So
what stage are we in that we're about to walk over to? What stage?
So this is pretty early on. I think we're end of week 1, or we haven't been a full week this week, so it's maybe 3 days in.
These vans were just put in here like the other day.
Yeah, we cleared snow off of them, and yeah, that was Monday. So.
Salt Lake snow.
Yeah.
Speaking of windows, do you order them the way that they are with cargo?
We do. Mercedes has had their supply chain shortages like everybody else, so sometimes they come with the windows that we order and sometimes they don't. Have all the stuff here to install windows. We used to just exclusively order cargo vans with no windows and install them. Often we have customer changes with opening windows and stuff, so we have inventory of windows over here. So these are all, different opening and non-opening and solid, and we only install like factory style glass. We don't do like the C.R. Lawrence style, cut a hole and screw it in.
So which the opening window, which they're about to install right here, that big opening right there. What window do you use?
Boy, off the top of my head, I apologize, I don't know. Let's go dig around in here and
catching them off guard, everybody.
Yeah.
Is it the Mercedes one that they offer?
No, it's not a Mercedes branded unit. We just switched to a different brand. These are them here, but they're not branded. If we run into Trevor while we're doing that.
Okay, well maybe
Trevor will know.
Nate's busy doing other various things with his job, like running an entire company.
So my office is in this corner. I live in inventory land, basically.
Oh, that's fun.
This area is like product development stuff now.
Are you the only owner?
No, I have 2 partners.
Okay, because I can kind of see one behind you.
Yeah, that's Austin.
I don't know if you can see him, I don't know if we can wave or not, but
he's in the zone.
he is zoned in there. Yeah,
no way.
so
this is the build floor, right? So there's a bit of a break room area here. Upstairs in this mezzanine, we actually have a full-on break room with like foosball and that type of thing.
Oh, cool.
So guys will take lunch, make food, and
taking
then go
care
upstairs.
of your employees, huh?
We try. Sink, which is not a lot to talk about there. Bathroom. I'm gonna get specific. So build floor. So this is all 8 vans parked here, butt to butt.
Yeah.
In the center, we've got some assembly tables. And then in this back area here is our wiring area. So all the pre-wiring gets done there.
Yeah.
And that back corner is cabinet assembly over there.
Or just banging.
Yeah, or just that's the banging room.
All right, so I see a couple different colors. I see the I don't know, pebble gray or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
The white,
Yep.
I guess. Is that the only colors you order, or?
This is actually kind of a boring cycle. So sometimes, these aren't always necessarily our vans. These customers can bring us their van as well. So these happen to all be vans that we ordered, yeah. And we ordered a big string of 4-wheel drives in that pebble gray. We do a big balance of like 4-wheel drives in cool colors and white vans and 2-wheel drive.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you only offer the full financing if you provide van and build, or if they bring their van, can you finance the build portion?
If you bring us your van,
Yeah.
there are 20 ways to finance the build.
Okay.
Right? It really is dependent on your credit profile and all kinds of things. It's a long conversation.
Okay, so you can make it work.
We definitely figured out, yeah.
Okay, cool. That was, I guess, my biggest well, I've got this van, but I want you guys to build it. I can't spend the 50 grand more or whatever it is.
Yeah, the financing I talked about with the RVIA qualified financing, that's like you're buying a product from us, done deal, off the showroom floor, 1 unit, right? If you bring us your van, you can finance the build through a number of different lending sources, but it's not gonna be the same type of lending as like an RV loan.
You got these really nice steps, by the way.
Yeah, these are official, man. These are...
They're like 500-pound steps. I didn't even ask to get into this customer's van. I just kind of did.
Oh, that's okay.
Well,
Nobody's bought this van yet.
What's up, Kyle?
Still for sale. If you're out there in the YouTube ether and you want to buy a van, this one is... I might have misspoke, but...
Okay. Well, you got the hole cut in for the vent already.
Intro steps are they drill out all the holes for the wiring. So you can see here, this isn't a factory hole. So this wire has been drilled. It's been covered with a rust inhibitor, and then they put some loom on it to keep the wires from chafing. We also have to rerun the harness in the back bulkhead so that we can put up some trim up there. And the holes are cut for the roof vent or air conditioner, depending on how this has been spec'd. All this gets pulled out. We have very specific systems on storing all this stuff. It's all wrapped in foam and protectant and labeled with a barcode. If you do bring us your van, you're getting your door cards put back in the van and not somebody else's. The steps of the process, are all laid out on this board. That might be interesting to you.
Yeah.
Oh, they pulled the board down. Where's the board? In any case, there's a step for each process. It's in this booklet. And usually we have it all out on a board for our employees. The Vancraft production system, right?
I like it.
So if I sent you this to your door, in theory, you could go through all of these pages and you would be able to build a Vancraft van by the end of the book, right? There's diagrams for plumbing.
This is all by Vancraft.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So this system is how we're able to build vans consistently and with good quality over and over again. So everything that happens on the roof happens all in one day. So if you're on the roof cutting a hole out for the air conditioner or roof vent, you're also installing solar, C-Track, Starlink, whatever things the customers ask for on the roof.
How big are your solar panels?
These are 320s, I think. Yeah, 320s from Renogy.
Wow.
So
one solar panel, that's all you need.
just one. I mean, there's many different ways you can do solar panels on these, right? Like, people run a couple hundreds. If they have a complicated roof rack, they stagger them out. We just use one big panel. We don't usually run a big roof rack system like you see in some of the more like overlandy builds. We have a roof rack that sits in the back behind this. So that way, you can still put bigger like box storage and stuff up there.
A contraption we walked past.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know what it was earlier. I had to actually ask Kyle.
Yeah.
But it's your water heater?
Yeah, it's an optional water heater we run. So there's a couple different options we have for water heaters. You can do an electric water heater, you can do a coolant water heater, you can do an on-demand propane unit. This happens to be one of the on-demand propane units that we use.
You do offer a bunch of different options. It's not just like, the floor plan's all the same, but all the components are all mix and match.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the floor plan stays what it is.
Okay.
And we have all these systems figured out for you that we have vetted and found to be good systems to use. And in the use of the water heater, I feel like there's a great many different types of water heaters that fit different purposes and use cases for people. The simplest low buck option that still is robust and gives you a hot water shower, but it doesn't take a lot of setup and investment.
If I was a customer, I go onto your website, vancraft.com.
Yeah.
Is that easy for me to kind of make all those decisions, or do I have to get one of you on the phone, or how does that work?
Yeah, so all these options are in a drop-down menu. So if you can build a van and spec it out how you'd like, and it'll give you the pricing, and
kind of
call Logan.
Like building a car on a website.
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, we obviously don't have the budget that Ford has to make the nice build out. Like, we've all gone and built out a Dream Raptor on Ford, right? But,
no, it's true though, we have.
Our website's pretty good. Now, there's other things that maybe aren't on that website. Give us a call if there's something you don't see. We have solutions for a lot of that stuff.
Show me some electrical stuff.
Yeah, come in here.
I saw the Renogy solar panel, which I am led to believe that you're using Renogy everything else.
Yeah, we use Renogy as much as possible. So they're a great company for robust product at an affordable price point. Once you know a system really well, you just kind of stick with it. So we started with Renogy years ago and have kind of stuck with it. These guys are in the prep phase of the build cycle right now, right? So they're not wiring in solar controllers today,
right,
but they'll have all the wires cut and labeled for every van in a bin, ready to go into the van for Monday morning. That all happens here. So they'll pull all the wire, they prep all the harnesses.
Wow.
So here are those buckets that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So each one of these buckets goes to a van once it's done, right? So these are all labeled audio wire, battery wire, AC wire,
so organized,
so on and so forth. And then that goes to the van and it gets pulled through all those holes that I showed you earlier. This is like a training tool. So this is that solar controller I'd mentioned before that they're not doing today. But this is what that looks like when it's done.
So this is an out of sight, out of mind sort of thing, because your guys' system is extremely well hidden.
It's hidden in that, we like to tuck all of our wires, but this has a cabinet door to it, so you can get in here and
yeah, I mean, you can
shut
see
this
it,
off
but there's obviously a cabinet door, like you
Yeah.
said. So if you open up the door, you can see it. But a lot of people just have it willy-nilly open.
We've built 200 of this setup.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's designed in the sense that you're going to do it that many times, you put the investment in the design earlier on so you can figure out where to put all those wires, and you can spend a week doing it, just figuring out where the wires are going to go, right?
Sure.
Rather than if you've got one custom build you're doing and they want to put the inverter over there instead of over here, you're just going to run that wire through the cabinet, right?
Right.
But so our setup has more, we have the luxury of having that time to invest.
How big is that tank?
This is an 18-gallon water tank.
Is that for your sink and shower?
This is just for the outdoor shower.
Other tanks for your sink?
Yeah, so you can either run a singular 30-gallon tank for both the sink and shower.
Okay.
Or you can have separate tanks. This tank and either a 5 or 7-gallon aquatainer.
Like the under counter ones
Yeah.
that a lot of people use.
And the reason that a lot of people like to use those and why we offer it as an option is that you can take those and bring them into the store and fill them with drinking water. They have those nice portable drinking water fountains.
That looks so clean, by the way, too, which is even Obviously, right up my alley. I love cleanliness.
Yeah, we've got the little, there's a tag that goes on here so you can scan this and get the app downloaded for the Renogy solar controller.
Speaking of simplicity, those are your cabinets over there, some of your drawers.
These are drawer boxes, yeah.
Drawer boxes, excuse me.
So drawer boxes actually come from one company that just does drawer boxes here in Utah. So,
Get out.
Yeah, that's all they do. It's a really good, cost-effective way to do it. They do one thing very well. And
You guys also use a really nice plywood.
yeah, we do. So there's certain things, right? Like you want to keep costs relatively low, but it doesn't mean make the product like bad, right? Like that's not the point here, right? Smart systems that are a lower barrier to entry, but they're robust and they provide a good product. So you can see our cabinet assembly area over here. They're putting together some cabinets.
Here we go.
So those drawers actually like go in this box. So this gets assembled here. So this is all real wood through and through. We don't do particle board. We don't do junk product. This is Baltic birch.
I mean, I didn't want to say junk, but I'm glad you did.
Hey, that's the thing is like, people are gonna throw their rock climbing gear in here. They're gonna throw their kids' stuff in here to go camping. I mean, it gets abused, right? So
Right.
You got to use good stuff. The other part of that is that all these same cabinets are in our rental fleet, and they get really abused. So you got to make sure to use good stuff. And this wood is, it's really durable. This is a high-impact laminate from Wilson Art.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is
generally this is used for countertops, and we use it throughout the whole van.
Bulletproof stuff.
Yeah, it's super, super dense stuff.
So open that back up because I want to actually show something from this angle.
Yep.
That right there.
Yeah, this is something that's not used a lot in vans. This is a sailboat thing.
Yeah.
So this is just a little latch you fish your finger through and pull, and it releases the drawer from
You guys have
opening.
been doing it for years.
Yeah, it's something that, again, like once you start doing something, you get good at it, it just becomes your thing,
Well, I didn't realize it was a sailboat thing.
Yeah, that's just something to think about with, if you're building the van out there, look at marine industry. They've been building stuff for
I've been saying
way
that for
longer
years.
than
The
vans.
marine industry has 10, 15 years on the van industry.
Oh, hundreds, right? I mean, really.
They're way ahead of us.
So yeah, I mean, go look in the sailboat. What they're doing in sailboats for cabinetry and stuff is all.
I know you guys don't use this company, but that's what pretty much Isotherm was.
Yeah,
Isotherm
totally.
was a marine fridge.
Yep.
Still is, obviously, but.
Yeah. So I think I've used their hot water tanks and stuff before as well. So.
Yep. They do make the isotemps.
Yeah.
Yeah, the isotemps. So.
Yep. Our production work comes from a CNC mill across town that we use.
Okay.
They've been a great partner for us. But so what we do is dowel construction. So all these parts go together with dowels and compromat screws. So
why don't you use pocket? Because a lot of people will obviously just pocket the crap out of it.
yeah, if you've got the time and it works great. But this is the same in this van as it's going to be in the next 500 vans. This part, right?
Right.
And so because of that, I can have these dowels installed, and I can line up the holes already pre-drilled on the face of the cabinet. And so those just glue and screw together, and they locate themselves together with these dowels. So I don't have to measure where this is going to go, and then clamp it, and then pocket hole it. It just goes together, glue, clamp, leave it overnight. If you're building one van, you're never going to do this. Time to do this means that you've drawn this in CAD.
Yes.
And it's going to go to a CNC mill.
And you have a table saw.
Yeah, and make a couple cuts.
A nice one.
You got to make sure no one loses a finger,
Yeah, there's a saw stop for anybody that's interested that they will detect your flesh and not cut your finger off.
All the parts get organized when they come in off the truck. We make a couple of modifications to them and do some handwork, and then they get assembled. All of our R&D stuff happens in-house on a CNC machine here. And then once that's all locked and loaded, it goes out for mass production locally, though. It's not like it's going to China or something. It's just across town.
What is this section right here?
What's this guy?
Yeah.
This is a closet. There's shelves that go in here.
Okay.
This is access to the underbed storage cubby area.
Cool.
And this is a big floor-to-ceiling pantry that pulls out in our long wheelbase van.
One of the things that you're cutting down on is labor because your labor is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Having it CNC cut off-site, brought to your site, and then this gentleman over here assembling it all is a heck of a lot less labor intensive, I would assume.
Yeah, Hunter is a super capable carpenter, but he doesn't have to get his tape measure out and think about how is this cabinet going to work in this area, how's it going to fit, make some measurements, maybe make a cut that cuts wrong, recut, try something else. There's no more of that going on. So it eliminates a lot of time, and time's money. Like you said, labor's expensive.
Time is money, labor is expensive, exactly.
So we have 2 cabinet guys that work full-time, and they build 8 vans every 4 weeks.
Hopefully just don't get bored doing the same thing over and over.
Oh, there's always something to fix, yeah. Always something new. These ones, do these go in like this? Would that be convenient enough that I could show you? Look at that. Okay, so this is how it gets set up in the CNC drills a hole in the face.
Yeah.
Your dowels line up. A little bit of
obviously
glue.
there's glue, right? Yeah,
There's glue, yeah.
Yeah, there's glue there.
Yeah, but that's as easy as it is, and so you just, everything goes together, and it's all then held together afterwards with compromat screws where they can be hidden.
Right, and that's why the clamps are all on there, everybody, because the glue has to set up.
Yeah.
And you don't see any of the screws from the front face.
Yeah, and there's no pocket hole screws inside your cabinet.
Right.
You know, you're not opening the cabinet to see somebody's drilled a hole in here and put a screw in willy-nilly.
That's how I roll.
Yeah.
That's how I build my cabinet.
Willy-nilly? I've seen your builds, they're not willy-nilly. Electrical, cabinetry, they're pretty much the three systems. These guys are installing systems on the floor. Those guys build cabinets. Those guys wire the vans.
And that's all you really need is
What else do you need?
6 people here.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. You were going to show me something on the other side.
Oh yeah, we got a CNC machine over here.
No, you said you go offsite with your CNC. Does that mean that you're going to start doing everything in-house?
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe. The core of it is like product development, right? Like
So you just have a $20,000 CNC machine sitting around?
$20,000. I wish it was that little. Use a CNC machine for R&D stuff. So, you know, I fiddle with a bunch of different layouts and things and
Sure.
different ideas. You know, when you work with a shop big enough to handle as many cabinets as we handle, you got to sign a contract for sometimes like 6 months or more. So you want to be ready that that file's going to work, that the cabinet is what you want it to be.
Yeah, is there anything else you wanted to kind of show me or us, I guess?
I mean, a lot of it's just inventory, man. Like there's just, you know, floor to ceiling stuff stored everywhere.
Floor to ceiling, just crap.
These are our metal frames for,
Oh,
ooh,
yeah.
there's a noise. These go inside the chassis to support all your ceiling structure, and
So you guys make those or you have them CNC made?
they're CNC bent, yeah. So we design and fabricate everything in-house as a process for just R&D, but then once we get that figured out, that gets outsourced, and you know, another local shop that is much better at bending sheet metal than us handles that.
Wow. Clean shop, clean van, simplicity.
Simple.
You can't ask for much
Keep
more.
it simple, yeah.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yep.
Well, dude, where do we find you? If, let's just say, like, if you know, we want to buy a van or rent a van, what do we do here?
So it's just van-craft.com. Still working on vancraft.com. Interestingly enough, somebody has it. From that website, you can either buy or rent.
And you're also on all the cool platforms.
Yeah, of course. You got to be Instagram, YouTube. I think we're on TikTok now.
I mean, the guy that runs all that is literally standing behind me, but
I'd
he's also
ask
a
him
little
to be
camera shy,
sure,
so. Are you on the talk?
We are not.
You're
We're
not
not
on
on
the talk.
TikTok.
All right.
We gotta
so,
get on that.
But you're on the Instagram. You guys post some cool stuff on Instagram. Nate, can't thank you enough. Is there any words of wisdom you want to kind of part ways with on at least this tour? We're gonna go tour your vans now.
Now we'll save the words of wisdom for the van walkthrough video. That
The
way
van
you have to
walkthrough.
wait and watch the other video.
Let's walk out to the front.
This is a cool color.
I like it. It's
Have you
like
seen that color before?
No, what is that?
I've never seen it.
It's like a navy,
I
but
don't even know what it's called. I've never seen it.
is that a client or is that just?
Yeah, that's a customer's van. They're just waiting to pick it up.
We're gonna end it here, but as I was here, Amazon made a delivery.
Oh.
Not only was the delivery driver trying to find a job here, the Amazon delivery truck was a ReLion,
Yep.
so it was all electric.
And I said, hey, go out there and ask the guy if you can see it. And he let you see it.
He let me see it and gave me a ride.
Pretty good guy.
He was a really nice guy. Would you ever get into the van EV conversion market?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd love to see you guys convert an
That's
EV.
the future, man. Like,
Yeah?
the future is that you buy a Vancraft van and it drives you to the ski mountain and you sit in the back with a hot cup of tea and just watch the world go by.
While it's driving. Okay.
That's the future.
Well, that's a perfect place to end it, I think. Thank you so much for the tour, buddy.
Hey, thank you.
Later.
See it.